Did World War III just kick off and no one tell us? This week has been a busy week in Ukraine and Russia, lobbing missiles back and forth between one another. We've also marked the 1,000th day of the conflict. We have North Korean troops now involved in the conflict. Let's jump into what happened this past week. So first we need to talk about the United States. The Biden administration authorized Ukraine to utilize ATACMS. That's an Army tactical missile system, able to lob a big old missile with conventional type munition on top of it, weighing upwards of 472 pounds into Russia. Now, Ukraine has lobbied since the beginning of its Western allies to be able to utilize the weaponry that we've given them to attack Russia and inside Russia in hopes of stopping their advance, disabling their capabilities, or degrading their capabilities, etc. And it hasn't happened until this past week, and it has stirred up a lot of things. Now, first, the ATACMS. That has a range of 190 miles or 300 kilometers when it flies from point A to point B utilizing GPS. It'll top out around 160,000 feet. It's able to carry a warhead, or a variety of warheads, but upwards of 472 pounds. We're talking the conventional, which is what Ukraine utilized. It's supersonic, capable of speeds over Mach 3. They launched apparently 6 of these into Russia, which the Russian Defense Ministry is claiming that they shot down 5 of the 6. But that's not where it ended. Russia quickly responded with President Putin changing the nuclear doctrine for Russia. And this is the big point to hammer home here. And I think the key takeaway from it is any non-nuclear power that attacks Russia, its interests, or its allies that is supported by nuclear power triggers or authorizes or meets the criteria, rather, to utilize Russia's nuclear forces in response to Russia and its allies. Now, the doctrine was a clear signal of how Russia felt about this. Maybe it's a shot across the bow, but it didn't stop there. They utilized the RS-26, an intermediate range ballistic missile. It's been reported as an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile. Basically, it's the range is different. Both big old missiles that can carry a nuclear warhead on top of it. In this case, it was a conventional warhead. But it marks the first time this has ever been used in battle, in war, against another nation. It is a strategic type weapon, so thus sending a strategic type message to everyone across the globe that this is escalating. The RS-26 is a strategic weapon. It can be used with nuclear warheads or conventional warheads. So social media has a couple of these videos out there. We're going to take a look at the first one. This one, I think, is being debunked as not the RS-26, that the video has actually, in fact, been reversed. And these are missile launches that have been reversed. I would buy that, not being an imagery analyst, so I think we need to take a further look when it comes to this. But you'll notice that at the point of impact, when it's hitting the ground, there's no big booms. The other video that's worth taking a look at appears to have been from earlier in the conflict. And now this one with the impacts, if a missile's going Mach 10, and granted it's gonna be slowing because these should be warheads that are doing reentry, but they still should be supersonic. It doesn't appear that these are them, especially with the low trajectory angle for the impact there. With you can see the stream coming in. These actually look like missiles that have rocket propellant going all the way into the target area, and you can pick them up. So nonetheless terrifying, but I think when we're looking around social media, it's tough to tell if anyone actually sees RS-26 missile impacts on video or not. Nonetheless, President Putin confirmed yesterday when he addressed the Russian nation on live televised TV, stating that they had conducted a missile attack inside Ukraine utilizing the RS-26, the first time it had been done, being a new weapon system. So it's a lot going on this week. Let me know down in the comments what you think and if we're approaching World War III or not.